Hi YouTube, May here. So, yeah, so I finally got my computer fixed. As you know, I was having all kinds of problems with my Mac and I got that all taken care of. And now Comcast is like, my internet is totally not working. So hopefully this video will be able to get posted. But yeah, it's just one thing after another. So some little gremlin is against me making pregnancy videos, but I will not give up. So this message, I'm going to answer a couple questions for Jackie. I'm going to put her channel information down below if you want to go check out her channel. She's just a real sweetheart. And she just had asked me a couple questions on my last video about, kind of what the differences I'm noticing in this pregnancy than my first two pregnancies. So I'm going to try and touch base on that. However, it's really hard to remember because the last time I was successfully pregnant was 12 years ago, and the time before that was 18 years ago. So I tend to kind of remember only the good stuff about being pregnant or in labor and stuff like that because, I think God probably naturally made that how it is, because otherwise would we really do it again? We'd each have one baby and then be like, I'm done with that. So I mean obviously there was things like nausea and stuff like that. So I'm going to touch base a little bit on that. So I did have morning sickness with all three of my pregnancies. And with the way that this pregnancy was different is that with my first two pregnancies, I had morning sickness in the morning. Actually, the earlier I got up, the worse it would be. But I would have it every single morning without fail, and it caused me to vomit every morning. And I hesitate to use the word vomit even because it was more of like just this horrible coughing and gagging type of thing. And it would just produce like that bile from your stomach. So I know TMI, but so I had that with both my first pregnancies. And then with this pregnancy, I didn't really throw up. I had a couple instances where the toothbrush would make my gag reflex go off or whatever, but I didn't really have any vomiting spells. I did, however, have nausea throughout the entire day for like the first, it started probably around 7 weeks and lasted till about 14 weeks. So, so it was a good, 2 months of that. But, it was more, but like I said, it was more like nausea, and it kind of made me just want to eat a lot of carbohydrates because like it was kind of like an empty stomach feeling, and I just felt like I just needed to keep eating, and so and I wasn't throwing up at all, so obviously I put on some extra weight in that first trimester that normally you wouldn't put on in the first trimester, but oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't worked all day, and then I went to spin class, and I'm exhausted. A spin class, on a side note, is quite different with a pregnant belly than it was before. But anyway, so I really don't find the nausea to be that bad. I mean, it's more irritating than anything because you're just not feeling well. But it wasn't... I didn't feel like I was to the point where, I couldn't go away from the bathroom long enough to, get things done or go to work. So don't be worried about stuff like that. You'll be able to continue along your daily things that you need to get done, and you're not running to the bathroom every second. And then what else? For all three pregnancies were the same for me when it came to energy levels. My first trimester was pretty run down and tired feeling, but in my second trimester, I got a big boost of energy back and was feeling really good. I still get tired earlier than normal. I used to, be more of a night owl, but yeah, that was pretty similar for all three pregnancies. Of course, I'm not to my third trimester yet, so I can't touch base on and speak of that at all, but I definitely think that the energy level in the second trimester being higher is as they say. It's just, it just shoots way up, and you feel like you can get so much stuff done, and that's when your nesting starts and you can do all that fun stuff. So that's been pretty much the same. I was a lot less healthy, especially when I had my first son 18 years ago. I was only 19, and I was, I was in great shape because I was, fresh out of high school, but health-wise, like cardiovascular and eating right and stuff like that, I was not eating well. I was eating junk food, Jack in the Box, just fast food all the time, and I did no exercise whatsoever after I graduated from high school. I was in sports and stuff in high school, and then once I graduated, there was none of that. So as far as that goes, that I can't compare either of my other pregnancies to this one, because I'm a way different person when it comes to how I eat and exercise and stuff like that than I was with either of my other pregnancies. So that I really can't touch on too much. This pregnancy, though, I have tried really hard to continue going to the gym at least 5 nights a week, which I've been able to do pretty much throughout the second trimester. I didn't do it at all during the first trimester because I was just too exhausted, and I was also a little weary of overexerting and everything after the 2 losses. So I just decided that I would wait, and I didn't start going to the gym till after my 14th week. So but now that I am back at the gym, it feels amazing, and I'm just as annoyed by all the New Year's resolutioners as I would have been last year or the year before. No, I say that in jest. It's great, if people want to come in and give it a go, and, hopefully they'll hang in there, but it is kind of frustrating when, you're waiting for a machine and there's somebody there that, you'll see him for a few months and then you'll never see him again, and you're like, why were you in my way all this time if you weren't going to actually stick it out? But everybody should give it a try. So, what else? I wish I had more specific questions that you had asked that I could give detailed answers, but I know that you were just concerned about the nausea and stuff like that and how bad that kind of stuff is. And there's so many things too now that you can do. When my nausea was really bad at the beginning, I wore C-bands, and that was really helpful. And then when it got even worse to where those weren't strong enough, my doctor gave me some, I think it's called Emitrol. They have it at Walgreens, Walmart, any drugstore. And I think it's just like a over-the-counter motion sickness type medicine, and that worked really well. And I also added vitamin B6 to my morning prenatals vitamins, and that worked wonders. So I don't know which of those 3 things did the most, or if it was a combination of all 3, but those things really helped me out a lot. And so if you want to know more about, the further along in pregnancy and the labor and delivery and stuff like that, just let me know, and I can certainly do a vlog on that too. I have had, my second pregnancy was a natural childbirth, and my first pregnancy, it's kind of a weird story. I did ask for an epidural, and I got my epidural, but my epidural came loose and wore off, and I ended up pushing naturally for my first pregnancy, which is why on my second pregnancy I was like, well, heck, I obviously know I can do it. So but that wasn't the plan on the first one. The first one I actually wanted an epidural, and something went a little haywire, and I can get into that in another video. But So yeah, so those are just a few of my thoughts. They're kind of rambly and jumbled. I hope this makes sense. But I wanted to hurry up and just try and get this video on in between my computer being terrible, because you asked me these questions so long ago and I feel like I've just been neglecting to say the answers to them. So yeah, I just want to touch base real quick too on, why do I keep saying touch base? Like I've said that like 5 times, whatever. That doesn't even fit with what I meant to say, but I wanted to say quickly too that I am doing still photo belly shots every week, and so I'll make a progression video here in a little while, probably within, sometime when I get to my 30-week mark. Today I'm 24 weeks and 25 weeks and 3 days, so just under 15 weeks to go. But I will make sure and get that video, the progression video, up too. I don't do belly shots because it's too dark and crummy in here, and I tried to do them before, and you can't really see, and so I just take a still shot every day. I take one from each side, and I'll get that up at some point. So yeah, we have another ultrasound coming up here in a few weeks, so that'll be exciting, and I've got to get a Project Nursery video up, and that'll be exciting too. So I will get, those are videos to look for. So Project Nursery, next doctor's appointment is on January 30th. That'll be an ultrasound. We're going to take the kids to that one because it might be our last ultrasound. I'll be 28 weeks then. And then any other questions you have, Jackie, just give me specific questions and I will answer them for sure. And then maybe I won't be so rambly. But so yeah, keep us posted and on what you're doing. And everybody, thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And yeah, thanks again. Bye.